I'm David Kelly. I'm a volunteer for Club 519 Pickleball, and I'm going to show you how to wrap the wrap around your pickleball paddle to protect the handle and also give you better grip. This video assumes you've removed the overwrap that might have been already on there. Do not remove the original handle. If you watch closely, you'll see that I'm actually wrapping two paddles, but I'm doing it so I can show you some close-up shots later. There are different ways to wrap the handle. You have to be careful not to put an overwrap over an overwrap too many times, because what happens is you lose the flats. The flats allow you to orient your hand without having to look at the paddle. Also, when it becomes round, it also becomes bigger, and some of us that might have smaller hands find that difficult to hang on to the paddle, and it will affect your play. One of the tricks I'm going to show you is how to not destroy a factory grip. A lot of times I go through a new paddle about every 6 months. There's always something new and you want a new paddle. Well, if you can resell your paddle, you get some of the money back. Normally when we put Overgrip on, which I will show you in a minute, there's a sticky that sticks to the handle and leaves a horrible looking mark. When you're selling a paddle, you want it to look new. The way I'm going to show you, you will avoid that problem. I'm going to show you some tricks which probably other people don't use. And I can tell you right now, I like how this works. You know, when we have a slippery handle, you lose your power. You also have problems with directional control of your pickleball paddle. When you're a beginner, oftentimes you use one grip, but as you advance, you'll find you change your grip all the time during a match. You know, if you're driving, your hand might be behind the paddle. If you're defending, you might be using more of a hammer grip or some variation thereof. So I find the grip on my hand is really important to success. Okay, enough talk. Let's get to wrapping. I like this brand. It's Wilson Comfort Grip. There's always other types, but I like the softness because it allows me to grip better, and it's white, which means there's no dye to affect the stickiness. One of the hardest parts is undoing the football, so watch what I do. I want to show you, I take the football apart so that you can see. Pull a little piece of plastic off, set the football part aside a second, and then peel from the inside to get it started. It's really hard to do it the other way from the outside. I don't actually pull the paper all the way off to start with. I just kind of fold it back, and then I stick the actual piece of tape on something like park bench off the seam. Start with a sticky tab up, make a 45, and start wrapping. It's difficult at first, but you'll get it. Continue to wrap and start to head downhill. Do not overlap much. A friend of mine, Tim, at Sport House in Kennewick, taught me to not overlap too much because it makes the paddle too thick. Once you get to the end, you can just break it off, and then I fold it in half, go backwards once, and then it makes a nice taper. Fold down a tab, then I reach for my tape, which I had handy, and I start it right there where the tab is, and I wrap it around. Now you'll notice on this paddle I have an existing overwrap. I just put that on earlier in the video. And what I'm going to do is use this if I'm playing in a tournament or competitive where I might need to have a clean overwrap. I can quickly pull the outer one and the inner one is still there. When you're done, give it a little twist to set the tape. And that is your paddle all wrapped. It's very nice, it's sticky, you'll really like it. This is the coolest thing. You see a little tab hanging out? You think that would bug you, but once you've played for a while, you'll never even know it's there. And the reason I do that is because they give you these little pieces of tape, which are kind of cheesy, but little pieces of tape. They're supposed to hold the end when you're done. They're really hard to get off later. So what I do is I start it right at that tab. There we go, right at the tab. I start it, and then finish wrapping it around the paddle. Once you've done that, it's like it creates a weak spot, so that when you want to get this overwrap off, all you do is pull on that tab and it cuts that tape. And you can do it really fast. So, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes I'll put 2 overwraps during a tournament, and then halfway through I can pull one off and I've already got a fresh wrap on it. That's how I wrap paddles. Hope this helps. Thank you very much. Thank you.